So I just finished reading the Stallion Ridge series by Maz Maddox, and I really enjoyed it. This is a really fun kind of Wild West mythical creatures series. So it is a series of male-male romance novels where the characters are all some sort of mythical creatures, centaurs, things like that, who are living in like a saloon town out in the Wild West. So it's a really fun, like, gunslinging premise with lots of action and adventure. And overall, I enjoyed the series a lot. I definitely liked some books more than others. The opening one was definitely amazing, and you could tell that the author really loves Cal and Jesse, especially Cal. Like, he's one of the main focuses of the series, and you can tell that he was one of her favorite characters. So it's fun to see him coming back in all of the books, and it's fun to see the characters expand and grow, and it's fun to just kind of see all of their stories. My favorite books in the series were number 3, Suspects and Scales, number 4, Rocks and Railways, number 5, Runes, Ruin, and Redemption, and then number 7, the final book, was my absolute favorite. I love that book so much, and it would have been one of my favorite books of the year if there wasn't one thing that happened in it that really, really bothered me. But if it wasn't for that one thing that happened, that book was just like overall my favorite by far. It was just so much fun to read, and I loved everything about it except for that one thing. There's such a fun cast of characters. I loved all of them. Cal is the sheriff centaur who's really big and tough. Maribel is this adorable little 6-year-old girl who wants to grow up to be a sheriff too and is always running around being adorable and sassy. Scarlet is an amazing gentleman who works in a saloon wearing full gorgeous dresses and just living his best life and being wonderful. I loved seeing all these characters so much. And there are so many more wonderful characters that get introduced as the series goes on that I don't want to spoil anything about them, but they're just so much fun. There were definitely a few moments in the series where I was shocked or annoyed. There were a few things that kind of bothered me, but I thought overall it was handled well. The author definitely did try to include non-white people in the book. There were lots of people who had immigrated from other countries, and she tried to, as much as this was a fictional world, she tried to make it clear what culture she was drawing from to have them be reflected in that. And then she did have one full book where one of the main characters was a native, and she has a little caveat in the beginning where she says she doesn't pull from any specific tribes. So I can't speak to how well she handles that. I haven't seen any reviews from any people of Native American heritage who said how well they thought that character kind of represented them, but it would be interesting to see what they thought of it. But, you know, the author at least tried to include non-white people, so I thought that was really nice. And then it was so much fun to just get to see all the different mythological creatures. She pulls from a bunch of different cultures and gets kind of creative with how the mythology works, and it's really fun to see them all exist in this world. And kind of the series just sort of walks this balance between being like fun, lighthearted romance and then action-packed adventure with real stakes involved. And it doesn't always maintain that balance perfectly, and I think some choices could have been made to handle that differently. But overall, I thought it was a very fun series, and I definitely enjoyed reading it.